Before start, press the bell icon so you never miss any videos. Welcome to the Late Cretaceous period, Tiny Terror. You've just hatched into the world about 68 million years ago, give or take a few lunches. And boy, did you pick an interesting time to exist. I'm your guide to being the most legendary predator that will ever walk the earth. At least until those pesky humans start making movies about you, roughly 67 million years from now. First things first, you've just cracked your way out of an egg roughly the size of a football, weighing in at a cute and cuddly 15 pounds. Don't let that modest start fool you, though. You're destined to become the greatest land predator of all time. We're talking 40 feet of pure awesome, weighing in at a respectable 7-8 tons. That's like the weight of about 4 semi-trucks, but with way more attitude and significantly better teeth. Speaking of your surroundings, welcome to prehistoric North America. It's a bit different from what it will become. Right now, you're living in a warm, humid world with no ice caps. The sea levels are high, creating a giant seaway right through the middle of what will eventually become North America. Think tropical paradise meets Jurassic Park, though technically, you're Cretaceous, and don't let anyone tell you different. Your neighborhood is quite the happening place. You've got lush forests filled with the first flowering plants. Yes, you're witnessing plant evolution in action, very avant-garde. Ferns, as far as your tiny eyes can see, and enough cycads and conifers to make a modern botanical garden jealous. The air you're breathing? It's got more oxygen than what those future mammals will get to enjoy. No wonder everything grows so big in your time. Now, about your family situation. Your mom might stick around for a while to bring you food and protect you from becoming someone else's appetizer. You hatched with a few siblings, but let's just say the family reunion might get smaller over time. Survival of the fittest isn't just a theory, it's your daily reality show. Let's talk about your built-in hardware, because honey, you've got some features that will make future predators look like amateurs. Those arms everyone will joke about, they're actually perfect for your lifestyle. Sure, they're small, but they're muscular enough to hold struggling prey. Besides, when you have a head the size of a bathtub and jaws that can crush a car, who needs long arms? That's like complaining that a tank doesn't have cup holders. Your teeth? They're not just teeth, they're biological masterpieces. Each one is the size of a banana and serrated like a steak knife. You've got about 60 of these bad boys, and they're constantly being replaced throughout your life. It's like having a lifetime supply of built-in weapons. Your bite force will be around 8,000 pounds, which means you can crush a car like it's a juice box. Too bad cars won't be invented for another 67 million years. Let's discuss your social life. Despite what future movies might suggest, you're actually quite the sophisticated predator. Your brain is bigger than most other dinosaurs, and you've got pretty good depth perception thanks to those forward-facing eyes. You might even hunt in family groups, which is basically the Cretaceous version of team-building exercises. Your diet? Well, let's just say you're at the top of the food chain. Triceratops? That's your version of drive-through. Edmontosaurus? Takeout. And if any velociraptors give you attitude, remind them that they're actually turkey-sized and should really check themselves before they wreck themselves. You can run at speeds of about 25 miles per hour, which isn't too shabby for someone your size. Sure, some of your prey might be faster, but you've got stamina and those killer jaws. It's not about the chase, it's about the strategic positioning. Plus, your turning circle is pretty impressive for a multi-ton predator. About those arms, they're not short, they're aerodynamic. Anyone who says differently is just jealous of your massive jaw gains. Now, about your world. You're living in what scientists will later call the Late Cretaceous period. The climate is warm and mild, with no polar ice caps. Seasons exist, but they're gentler than what will come later. The continents are drifting apart, very slowly, plate tectonics move slower than your great-aunt Rexy, and the world is a greenhouse paradise. Unfortunately, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but in about 66 million years, things are going to get a bit rocky. A space rock roughly the size of Mount Everest is going to crash into what will become the Yucatan Peninsula. This is going to cause some serious climate changes, and by serious, I mean extinction-level events. But hey, look on the bright side. You'll become so famous that millions of years later, every human child will know your name, and they'll make entire movie franchises about you. Your legacy will be unmatched. You'll be the standard by which all other predators are measured. Lions? Cute. Great white sharks? Adorable. When people want to describe something as the absolute best, they'll add Rex to it. You're not just a dinosaur, you're the dinosaur. In about 67 million years, they'll find a T-Rex skeleton named Sue. She'll become super famous, no pressure, but maybe work on your pose for fossilization. Remember, when they dig you up millions of years from now, try to look fabulous. Fossils are forever. And yes, feathers are totally cool. Think of them as nature's accessories. You're not fluffy, you're fashion-forward. Now let's talk about your sensory superpowers, because you're basically a walking surveillance system from the Cretaceous. Those eyes of yours? They're not just for dramatic staring contests. You've got binocular vision with a 55-degree overlap in visual fields, which is better than a hawk. Translation, your depth perception is so good you could probably thread a needle if your arms could reach it. And that sense of smell? Your olfactory bulbs and nerves are massive compared to your brain size. You can smell a potential meal from miles away, which is like having a prehistoric DoorDash alert system. Scientists in the future will discover that your sense of smell might have been even better than modern vultures, which is saying something. Here's something the future paleontologists will argue about: your metabolism. You're not exactly cold-blooded like a reptile, but not warm-blooded like those mammals that will take over after you're gone. You're somewhere in the middle, like having a smart thermostat for your body. It's energy efficient and perfect for your lifestyle. Why waste energy maintaining a high body temperature when you can just be awesome instead? Let's not forget about your social skills. Those future scientists will find evidence that you might have been more family-oriented than they initially thought. You probably hung out in family groups, shared kills, and maybe even helped raise the youngsters. It's like having a very exclusive club where membership is determined by how many teeth you have. One more thing about your world. You're living in a time when days were actually shorter than they will be in the future. The Earth's rotation is slightly faster, making each day about 23.5 hours long instead of 24. So technically, you're living life in the fast lane, even by planetary standards. P.S. Your scientific name, Tyrannosaurus rex, literally means King of the Tyrant Lizards. Now that's what I call personal branding. Oh, and here's a fun fact that will blow your prehistoric mind. In the far future, your bones are going to be worth millions of dollars. That's right. Museums will literally fight over your remains. Some of your best preserved skeletons will sell for prices that would buy entire herds of Triceratops, if they were still around. So walk tall, future fossils. You're not just a predator, you're an investment in the making. Your calcium-rich remains will become the stuff of scientific legend. Now go forth and dominate the Cretaceous. Show those herbivores why you're the king, or queen, of the Tyrant Lizards. Just remember, when in doubt, bite it. If that doesn't work, bite it harder. And maybe work on your selfie pose. Trust me, it'll be important for future generations. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and share this video, and subscribe this channel for more amazing videos.